Hotel, Black Power. I told y'all, well, you know, as always, giving honor to the Creator and the ancestors. Also giving honor to my sister who's in her essence, Brother Harris Abdul, my father, who are all in their essence at this time. May they continue to grace us with energy and insight, wisdom, and power. I explained to y'all on my last video that I was going to talk about the female sister judge that was found in the Hudson River. So let's get down with that a little bit. Sisters, Shelia, the judge Shelia Salaam, who in fact actually is a DC native. She's from here. She's from uptown, and you know, she went to DC public schools and the like. She grew up hard. You know, she got down in the trenches. You know, so that can't be denied or taken from her. She also, you know, she held the highest position in the appellate court. She's the first black woman to hold the highest position in the appellate courts in New York, in the state of New York. So, in other words, that means, you know, when it came to appeals, you know, she was one of the judges. You know, when people, you know, when people come back to court on appeals, whether it's through criminal, whether it's through civil, whether it's through corporate law, or whatever. And her husband, brother Gregory Jacobs. Now, according to the recent photos that I had viewed, she appeared to be, her and that brother appeared to be okay. They appeared to be content. You know, even though a picture can say 1,000 words, so they say. They, you know, appeared to be content. You know, however, she was found, her body was found floating in the Hudson River. Now, let's look at some, you know, let's get down to the formalities. She had suicide, apparent suicide in her family. Her brother committed suicide as a result of their mother's death several years ago. And it was said that her mother committed suicide, which is what the press is saying, the white devil press. Now, why was that important to bring up, to make her death appear to be a suicide, if it was a suicide? Now, there's been no autopsy, which that's a red flag right there. You know, if it was suicide, then why wasn't it an autopsy to determine what the cause of death was? She was dealing with some high-profile cases too in the appellate courts. Also, based on her name, as you can tell, she was a practitioner. She had converted to Islam. You know, and what they were saying now, these crackers are saying she didn't. You know, she at one point they say she's the first Muslim to be in the appellate courts, aside from being the first black woman. But then you say that she didn't embrace Islam, she just kept her husband's name. See, that's a contradiction right there. The sister practiced Islam, and apparently you motherfucking crackers done something to the sister, because by her being following the religion of Islam, and if she was truly committed to it, she probably dealt with everything fair. She couldn't be bought, her hands couldn't be greased, her pockets couldn't be greased, her purse couldn't be greased by a lot of these corporate motherfucking crackers, these corporate crackers that have been sentenced. Some of them been sued, and are appealing multi-million and billion-dollar motherfucking civil lawsuits. Some of these motherfuckers were these old guinea, linguini motherfucking nigger-hating, soprano-watching goddamn Italians that's in these federal motherfucking prisons with an asshole full of time that's trying to get back in court. And she probably, you know, sent them motherfuckers back to the feds, you know. So it can be an array of things. You know, that's why I tell y'all it's so important to be conscious. You know, stop worrying, you know, all that watching that motherfucking bullshit all day, that, you know, hip hop wives and ESPN and all that shit don't mean nothing. Cause you know the statistics of that shit don't mean nothing. Shit don't count for nothing. But can you teach your children? Can you teach your siblings? Can you teach your brothers and sisters and these young babies, you know, about themselves and about who came before you, to give them some hope, to make them stand straight up? Besides their heroes being a motherfucker that pats a ball, that can sell motherfucking rocks or spit 16 bars. You know, and everybody wants their motherfucking baby to be the next LeBron, the next RG3 and all this bullshit. Or the next Drake. Why can't they be the next Johnny Cochran? I would say Ben Carson, but nah. You know, I'd rather not even see him living than be a fucking Ben Carson. You know, but no, let me retract that. I'd rather with the gifted hands that he was blessed with to be one of the top surgeons in the world. That part of him, not nothing else. You know. You know, and we have to stop this shit, man. You know, dance moms, they got these little babies, you know, grinding and gyrating their hips at 3 and 4 years old, trying to get a motherfucking spot on some dance team, or trying to get a spot on one of these cereal commercials. You know, all that type of shit, man. You know, making them grown before their time. You know, that's sick shit. But anyway, you know, the sister appeared to be conscious, and because she even stated at a press conference when she was giving something like a verbal bio of herself, you know, she said she had done her research and found out, you know, she was a descendant of slaves in Virginia. And that was a sign of black consciousness right there. And apparently, you know, my gut feeling is that it may have had something to do with a case, because that suicide shit is out. I'm not buying that one. I'm not buying that. And then why would you jump in the Hudson River to experience one of the most horrific ways to die that you can imagine, by drowning? Wait until your lungs fill up with water, choking to death. No, I'm not buying that shit. No. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying the suicide piece anyway. You know. And what we have to do is get a list of her of cases, you know, that she's batted down, and get a list of the cases that future cases that are going to appear in front of her. And you'll find you can put the pieces together easily. But our people are not looking at that. Most of y'all believe that she committed suicide, because if you watch Fox and all those racist, you know, right-wing conservative motherfucking crackers, you know, they'll tell you the same shit. You know, but however, she was murdered. I believe she was strangled. She may have been shot and thrown in that river. Because according to her secretary, she called and said that she wasn't coming in, that she wasn't feeling well. That could have been by gunpoint, her making that call. So, you know, I will hope that we could get to the bottom of this. If we make enough noise, we probably can get some answers. We probably get some type of results. But even with an autopsy, these coroners, these medical examiners, they lie and they can be bought too. Now they have a history of lying and falsifying documents, making these motherfucking, bogus motherfucking death certificates up. So what do? We get together and like I said, we make enough noise. And that's what's going to have to take place. And I've heard a lot of y'all yelling about Trump, these big bombs, and that, it's a big bomb. What are you going to do about it? I've heard people talking about running somewhere. The fuck you going to run to? When this cracker take all these FEMA guards and these FEMA detention facilities, and seal these borders off and start rounding you niggas up, telling y'all it's for your own good. We're gonna protect y'all from these motherfucking terrorists and these motherfucking bombs. Most of you niggas gonna jump on them trucks and go into and get locked up and sit there and wait for them to execute your ass, exterminate you, because you still love and trust the white man. No, they can't do that. They can't do that. Some of you weak niggas will say some shit like that. They can't do that. These crackers can do anything that they want to do. Don't they got you fucked up? Don't they have you in poverty? Don't they have you 2 paychecks away from homelessness? Don't they have you with a motherfucking 3-figure, maybe a 4-figure bank account? So don't talk that bullshit about what they can't do. Who can stop them from doing it? What nigga can stop Trump? See, and those are for you niggas that trust this cracker, because you think it's gonna be a group of crackers that's gonna go against the other crackers. Come on, man. They don't think like we think. Now, if it was niggas involved, yeah, you can easily get some niggas to go against some other niggas. You only gotta pray or pay for that. All you have to do is sit back and put something that they both like in between them. Real simple, real simple. However, Judge Salaam, I really, by looking at photos of her, I see a lot of honesty in her. Of course, all judges, you're gonna have to put some people away. It's just, it's just even the judge that we had a judge here that they called Cut 'em Loose Bruce. That didn't believe in just sending brothers and sisters to jail. He just, he used every other alternative possible before, sending somebody to prison. However, he had to put some people away, but he was still called Cut 'em Loose Bruce. Because on the majority of the time, the majority of the people that he cut loose, he was thinking on the humanitarian level. So, you know, and also 2 black judges. You don't see a lot of, you don't see a lot of media. You don't see a lot of airtime for that. You know how these crackers do when they have to put something on the air and they put it up. Just like this cracker, this white boy that wrote a letter to Trump, some terrorist letter to Trump, and he went and broke in this motherfucking gun shop and took all these weapons and supposed to be going on some motherfucking shooting spree or some old shit, man. You know, but they minimize his airtime as little as possible, and they minimize the situation. But they put up, wanted, beware of him, danger and all this shit, and do not approach him and all this shit, armed and dangerous. But guess what? And how the ending went out. Do I have to tell you? He got put, they captured him in the woods, put him in the car, and took him to jail. And then they say it was a beautiful day. If it was one of us, if it was a nigga, he'd been, they still been scraping his motherfucking head up off a motherfucking tree, from hitting his brains from 100 motherfucking yards. They've been getting brain matter out of a motherfucking tree from his goddamn head. So, we're going to have to see how things are going to turn out within the next couple of days. And if you have any, suggestions, because I have my close comrades, they give me the information and ideas for topics to come up with. But if you have any ideas, feel free to hit me. I'm always open. I'm always willing to learn. I'm always willing to do some research, some investigative journalism. It's a pleasure to do that, especially when it comes to us. So I love you all. I love my people. We're the greatest motherfucking people ever. We're the greatest people ever. We are the gods. We just have to know that. Not believe it, we have to know that. And once we know that, we will function on that frequency. And once we function on that frequency, we become rulers of the planet once again. So until again we meet, I'm just going to end. Hotel Black Power.